Oh, I've done it.
This is Mr. Wayne's History and Government Politics YouTube channel. This is for Year 10 or any Year 11s who are revising the Hitler's Rise to Power. For Year 10, in front of you, you've got a sheet. On that sheet, you've got a whole number of different ways in which Adolf Hitler came to power in Germany on the 30th of January 1933. You can probably see when looking at that sheet that the key factor is the Great Depression. The reason for that is that in 1928 the Nazis only had 12 seats in the Reichstag. Yet by 1933, in the elections in 1932, they actually had 230 seats in the July elections. So the only thing that's really changed in that time is the Great Depression. The unemployment that created, 6 million people by 1933, really is the key factor to Hitler getting into power. Other things you can see on there are some of the changes the Nazis did. When Hitler came out of the Landsberg prison in 1924, he reorganised the Nazi Party. He set up Joseph Goebbels as head of propaganda. In 1925, the SS was set up. The SA grew to a force of nearly 3 million. He had Gauleiters in different regions. He set up his own Nazi newspaper. But that factor isn't as important, of course, as the Great Depression, because by 1928, as I said before, the Nazis have only got 12 seats. So what they need is something to exploit. Their message doesn't change. On the sheet you can really see the Treaty of Versailles being a big issue for the Nazis. They're able to talk about the Dolchstoß, the stab in the backness. They're able to talk about land loss, about the War Guilt Clause, Article 231, which means Hitler's able to exploit that. He's also incredibly anti-Semitic, obviously, and that anti-Semitism is another key reason why the Nazis got into power. But that message is incredibly unpopular in the 20s, in the mid-20s and late 20s, because of the work of Gustav Stresemann. Stresemann sorted out the Rentenmark. He is able to sign the Dawes Plan in 1924, the Locarno Pact as well, and they joined the League in 1926, the League of Nations. So that foreign policy, allied with domestic financial improvement, means that Hitler and the Nazis are very unpopular. So it's pretty clear from history that if Stresemann work had carried on and the Weimar Republic had been stable, then the Nazis wouldn't have got into power. Other factors that we might think about perversely is the growth of the Communist Party. Because as the Communists become popular, so the Nazis, who are the only party who can really stand up to them, also increase in their popularity. Because they've got the SA, because they've got money from big business who are worried about the growth of communism, they're able to exploit that. And what happens is those centre parties in the middle, the centre party itself, the Social Democratic Party, those parties are squeezed, and the extreme parties on the left and the right become more popular. Now, the final thing that you might want to think about is how Hitler got into power in terms of the short-term cause, and that was the political scheming of Hindenburg, von Papen and von Schleicher. And von Schleicher and von Papen hate each other. Von Papen is Chancellor, then von Schleicher is Chancellor, and then Hitler and von Papen have a pact where Hitler becomes Chancellor on the 30th of January 1933, and von Papen is in the cabinet. Now what Hitler's going to do after that is exploit the Weimar Republic from inside the Weimar Republic to become a dictator. But that's really for maybe next week or the week after lessons, once we've figured out how Hitler got into power. So just to recap, 5 main things. Number 1 is the Great Depression. That's a key factor. Number 2 is the message that the Nazis put across in terms of anti-Treaty of Versailles and anti-Semitism. Number 3, the reorganisation of the party in the 1920s to make Hitler electable. And number 4, perhaps Hitler's speaking skills. And number 5, really the way that he exploits the political scheming of von Papen, Hindenburg, who's the president, and von Schleicher. So that is a Year 10 lesson on